Welcome to Part 2 of the SI Faculty Training module, which will build off of Part 1's foundational knowledge and discuss the selection of SI courses, the implementation of SI sessions, and evaluation of the program by providing national and USC-specific grade data. SI typically supports 100 and 200 level introductory core curriculum courses. These courses serve as gatekeepers or prerequisites for other courses and contain course material and concepts that are historically difficult, thus producing a large number of struggling or failing students. Typically, SI courses have high enrollment numbers and a 25% or higher DFW rate. While SI is implemented at colleges and universities all around the world, supported courses are selected by each campus based on the needs of the students within that setting. SI is a part of a course for several reasons, which are not connected to the faculty's ability to teach. Some students have difficulty in a certain course because the subject was not taught or it was taught differently in high school. For others, the depth and breadth of the course make it difficult for students to organize. The material may be more conceptual when they are used to dealing with things on a more concrete level. Others may have difficulty with the class size, sensing anonymity with the new classroom format and structure. Sometimes, the rigors of the college-level courses often catch students off guard. And lastly, some students may have study skills that are in need of improvement. To intentionally cater to the needs of enrolled students, SI leaders develop a session plan for each SI session they hold. This helps them identify an objective for the group and to combine specific study skills or strategies within the course content. As mentioned in Part 1, a projected outcome of SI is for students to integrate what to learn with how to learn it. SI leaders structure 50-minute sessions to include an opening activity, main activities, and a closing activity. When comparing SI to more traditional study groups, the following aspects can be examined. SI leaders are required to attend all classes and familiarize themselves with class materials. Attending class also allows them to regularly communicate with SI faculty members of their assigned section. SI leaders function as a model student rather than an authoritative figure. They are trained to integrate specific study skills with course content. In addition to exhibiting course competency, all SI leaders must complete an intensive 2-day training facilitated by the Student Success Center. While this training takes place before classes and sessions begin, continuous training is delivered in the staff meetings throughout the semester. Training is what prepares SI leaders to focus on course content and the learning process. SI sessions are frequently observed by SI staff members, and SI leaders are given regular feedback on both the session planning and implementation processes. During effective SI sessions, SI leaders focus on redirecting questions and waiting for other participants to respond to their peers. This allows students to view themselves as active contributors in the academic environment. Lastly, SI sessions are open to all students enrolled in the course, and no appointments are needed to attend. Students with different learning styles and knowledge levels are welcomed and encouraged to attend. Students can voluntarily participate as early and as often as they like throughout the semester, and they can rely on consistent, intentional support being provided from the very first day of class. To summarize, there are 3 main elements that leaders focus on using during SI sessions. The goal of redirecting questions is to encourage student-to-student interactions and is based on the concept that we learn better when we have to explain something to someone else. This process requires the SI leader to suppress the natural tendency to respond directly to questions and to redirect them back to the group. Wait time is the time that elapses between a question and the next behavior. There are 2 kinds. First, the time the leader waits after asking a question. Second, the time the leader waits after a response to a question. Lastly, checking for understanding allows students to self-identify what content they need to revisit, and also helps the leaders plan for the next session. It is essential that students can explain the discussed topics in their own words, and the SI leader checks for understanding by creating a problem or activity for students to demonstrate both knowledge and application. Nationwide, there are a number of academic disciplines using SI. Separated by discipline, this chart compares DFW percentages and is based on national final course grades for participants and non-participants. This chart compares DFW percentages based on national final course grades but is separated by institutional type. At 4-year public institutions across the nation, The DFW rate for SI participants is 13.4% lower than that of those who do not participate. Now let's look at USC-specific data separated by participants and non-participants. Each of the 5 courses listed in this chart are being used as examples, as they typically have the highest enrollment numbers of 1,000 or more students. The differences in DFW percentages for 5 courses in this chart is an adequate representation of the program's overall impact. Additionally, the average GPA of an SI participant is 3.31. On average, for these courses, 44% of enrolled students attend one or more SI sessions. To capture this data, each leader submits a sign-in sheet. Participants are entered into a tracking system, which allows SI staff to compare grade impact of participants and non-participants after final grades are posted. Since its inception, USC's SI program has grown to support more than 20 courses and currently employs between 90 and 100 SI leaders each semester. Students who seek support through SI are typically 10% less likely to receive a D grade, F grade, or withdrawal from the course. If you are interested in learning more about SI program data, please do not hesitate to reach out to the coordinator of SI for additional information. Thank you for completing the SI Faculty Training module. For additional resources, please visit the Student Success Center website or check out the International Center for SI through the University of Missouri, Kansas City.